What do you want to be when you end goal of your career?
End goal of my career is like to coach in the big leagues, whether that's Europe or the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised by that.
Yeah. So actually, like, so I study primary teaching because it's a great like safety net.
Okay.
And it's still like in line with what I want to do in terms of educating.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, a lot of people that play sport, I find want to do something in sports, whether it be like physio, play, whatever.
Yeah.
And definitely my best avenue, and that would be coaching.
Yeah.
So sports is still like my favorite thing in life, just like fitness and education. So put it together, it's coaching.
Yeah.
So it'd take a long grind to get there, but if I ever end up in like a Europe job, NBL job, NBA job, that's like what I hope to be my end goal. But
Yeah.
worst case, like I'm still happy and chilling if I'm like just a teacher, even though it doesn't sound as exciting, you know. But like, yeah, that's still chill.
What was your influence to become a coach?
I didn't have like a influence straight away. So obviously I started working at like the academy.
Yeah.
Again, I want to say 2016. Like it's been a while now.
Wow. Yeah.
It's been a while now. So just learning from that just as a first job, and then like actually being fortunate enough to like my job.
Yeah.
Like I've worked in Coles and it sucked. So, so like actually enjoying a job, I was like, yeah, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, why do I enjoy this job? So then I was like, well, I'm playing sport because at the time I was playing as well. So I'm like, I play sports, so I can now coach the same thing I play, which is cool. Which is cool. And then like, you know, like you'd know, like when you see a kid make his first shot or something, like you've taught a kid how to do a crossover and then he does it in the game and gets you like 10 points, which isn't much for anyone, but for him it's like a massive deal. And it's like, you know, as a coach, it's a big deal too. So it's like that, like for education is where actually I thought of doing teaching.
Yeah.
So coaching has kind of stemmed what I want to do in my life.
Yeah.
So it's like coaching is the end goal still, but yeah, teaching will definitely be an option as well. So that's yeah.
So you're saying that your experience as a coach and experiences of educating that kind of field has given you that reason to become a primary school teacher?
Yeah, it inspired me because obviously, like the percentage of me actually getting a pro job at like my age even, like is so low. And then even just as an adult, 30, 40, 50 is still very low. Like if you took all the coaches to ever coach a game and how many done it for a job, it's like maybe like it's probably less than 1%.
Yeah.
So like I need to like be realistic and have like a backup plan.
Yeah.
Dude in teaching with does sport, that's pretty much like job security is there as long as I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Which I like to think I'm not that dumb.
So, okay, if you could choose between, I'm going to say the big three, right? So it's Australia professional, Europe professional, or American professional. What would you rather?
Ultimately, I would say NBA because that's everyone's goal. But I think each thing has its perks. So NBL would be obviously in Australia.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
That's
to
cool.
leave family and everything, yeah.
And a lot of my network would be here. So in terms of security, it'd probably be the safest.
Yeah.
Europe would be sick because you're in Europe.
Yeah.
You're traveling.
Yeah.
And then America's like, as well as the big bucks, like that's like the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you like, if I end up coaching, like I know like a Greek EuroLeague club is like Olympiakos. And if I end up coaching them, obviously I'm known in Greece, and that's like sick because I'm in Greece.
Yeah.
But like the common fan won't know you like a Popovich, Phil Jackson, that kind of dude. And it's not that I care about it, but also the more known you are, the more wanted you are as well.
Of course.
So that matters. So
Yeah.
yeah, probably I would say NBA, but I wouldn't. Like, I'd be happy. I'd be cheering if any other. I'm not gonna be picky.
Would you consider an assistant coach job?
Yeah, sure.
Like
definitely.
like professional assistant coach job?
Yeah. In the coming years, once I've probably nailed my degree down, I'm definitely gonna start looking at like internships.
Okay.
Because that's like the avenue in. You don't get paid. Like, that's just how sport is, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
got to get internships going. Just do the boring cutting up film, all that stuff. Work your way in.
Yeah.
And then once you're in, then
Go
you
for
just
the
got to make
top.
sure you stay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to be an assistant coach. By no means I'd want to be a head coach straight off. That's so much
course.
pressure. So because like, you know, like press conferences, all that stuff. Like stuff you wouldn't even think of it as part of the job. So yeah, definitely.
Especially when you look at the NBA, right? And you have like, was it Monty Williams, Mike Budenholzer, and like all the coaches have won in recent like 3 years, but because they didn't win that year, that has been released from their teams. Like
Yeah.
as a head coach, it's kind of not reckless, ruthless to be like, where are you going to go? Okay, interest as a kid. let's go. I don't want to go too young, but let's go maybe 12 years old. 12 years old. What were you afraid like?
It was very different because when I was 12, I was still like a more of a nerd than I am now. So it was definitely like a lot of video games, a lot of books, Pokemon cards, all that jazz.
Oh, of course.
So probably then it was to be like a YouTuber or something. I don't remember, but I don't know why. Part of me back then was like, oh, a police officer would be cool. I don't even know why. I've had no interest in it since. But yeah, I did think about it for the stage, but
yeah.
In terms of like interests, yeah, it was just a lot of like that kind of nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
And like pretty much when I started growing, like through puberty and that, then I started playing sport more, probably because my body was craving it.
Yeah.
Then it just became a lot of sport.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy music, like not just like one genre. Like I quite enjoy like music, like the production of it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've had interest in being a DJ at some stage, but
rock on.
That's once again, if my end goal is a job with not much security, and then I'm a DJ, and it's not.
It's a little bit contradictory.
Sounds like I go poor quickly. So yeah.